It's bizarro world in the state of Florida this season. Up is down, forward is back. That's the way it's shaking out when it comes to the state's top FBS programs. Instead of the Seminoles and Gators in the polls, it's USF and UCF that are among the nation's top 25 teams. Ryan Bass is back now from CBS Tampa, who gives us his top 5 Florida teams.
All right, there might be some controversy with this, but hear me out here. Let's start number 1 with the University of Miami. Look, they're the best team in the state of Florida. They've proven throughout the course of the season they can win close games, they can win blowout games. They've been decimated by injuries here and there, so that's something that Mark Richt has to address moving forward. But I see the University of Miami having really lasted through a tough schedule here as the top team in the state of Florida. Number 2, and this may be where people are surprised, I have UCF ranked ahead of USF. No, not just because I'm an alum of the UCF Knights, but look at what they've done throughout the course of their season. They have looked better than USF has. They have beaten their opponents by a wider margin than USF has. And UCF is the top-ranked scoring offense in the entire nation, averaging over 50 points per game. They've beaten Maryland, who's looked good since that win. They've beaten FIU, who's looked good since that win. And who has USF beat? They have the easiest schedule in the entire country. They played one Power 5 team, and that was Illinois this season. So, when you look at UCF, I think they deserve to be ranked ahead of USF. I put the Bulls right under them. Look, this is a team that has scored 30-plus points, and I believe it's 23 consecutive games. If they do that one more time, they will have the NCAA record. Defensively, they're top 12 in scoring defense. They're first in interceptions, first in turnover margin. What a difference Charlie Strong has made, right? That, by the way, that total defense, the 12th ranking, is up 108 spots from last year. That's the kind of impact that Charlie Strong has had. So I have the Bulls there at number 3. At number 4, and this can kind of get dicey, I have Florida State ranked ahead of Florida. I think FSU is the most talented team in the state of Florida, and they just haven't been able to put it together. They have been it's kind of seemed like they've been shocked since that injury to DeAndre Francois. Now, James Blackman has come in and in spurts has looked good, but this is a team that I just think is way too talented to be ranked as the worst in the state of Florida. I think they're going to beat Louisville this weekend. I think they're going to beat Florida later on this year. I have them as the 4th-ranked team in the state. And then number 5, Florida. What a disappointing team this year, guys. They've kind of been in and out with who they've been starting at the quarterback position. Defensively, they've been a letdown this year as well. We're used to seeing them kind of be one of the top defenses in the country, and that's just not the case this year. How good is this team in year 3 under Jim McElwain? It seems like they're regressing. That loss to LSU certainly didn't help. I think they're going to lose to Georgia next week as well. So, Florida could be looking at a season where we ask if they're going to make a bowl game, which is surprising. And certainly disheartening for Jim McElwain in year 3. We thought they would take a big step forward. They haven't. So I have the Gators ranked 5th. Just to recap, Miami 1, UCF 2, USF 3, Florida State 4, and the Gators, the 5th-ranked team in the state of Florida.
Ooh, Ryan, thanks very much. I don't know if we want to really talk about this list, do we? But I guess we will. We'll avoid the Seminoles, I guess, for right now.
I mean, they're not dead last.
They're not dead last.
Right?
No, the rivals are in the Gators. Do you agree with the sense that Ryan has that they may be shut out of a bowl game this year?
Potentially, yes, because we don't know exactly what will happen the remainder of the season. They're off this week, but next week they have to travel to Jacksonville and play against Georgia. Now, Missouri, these are the games they're supposed to win. They got to get these ball games. Missouri, South Carolina, UAB, and that final ball game at the end of the season, it's a lot will be riding on the line for both teams because Florida State, if you're not careful, they could be on the outside looking in as far as being bowl eligible also.
I see 3 wins there. I mean, they got 3 wins now. I see 5 games left to get 3 wins. UAB, we love the Blazers. It's been a great story. Yeah. I think that's going to be a win. Missouri, I think that's going to be a win, even though that's in Columbia. And it's really kind of a toss-up to me with South Carolina and Florida State. Yeah. We should mention that game is going to be in the Swamp, so that's going to be a home game for Florida coming up to wrap up the season. And if a bowl eligibility is on the line, just one more storyline for that game as well.
Agreed.
Yeah, we'll see how things turn out as the season progresses for the Gators. Gosh, that list, I still can't get over it. It should be upside down, but it's not.